I was just telling them the other day, man, it's like those guys are really important to me.
Yeah.
Like their families, all of them, they're really important to me. They make me want to be better at everything. Just as, like I tell you guys too, all you guys always doing what you do, it makes me want to be better because I have to be better for you, you know, and for all of you guys. And when you constantly show up for yourself, that makes me want to show up for myself. That makes me want to show up for everybody else.
Yeah, man, I look back on videos from the past of, you know, when we just had a family. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, that's a different me. And you know, I mean, I'm not perfect now. I'm not fully there yet, but like, I feel like for me now, I'm actually pointed in the direction where I know I should be going. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's time we unite, yeah. Put our differences aside, yeah. And fight for our lives, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I said the haters in the mall way before the sun. I was carrying this water bottle with me when I went to AC4, Air Cargo 4 building, and I didn't realize I had the sticker on. So as I'm walking up, the general foreman is like, "Hey, you run half marathons?" And my head like, "Oh fuck, how does he know?" I'm famous. Like, do I look like you? I was like, "Yeah." Oh, that's crazy. I was like, "Yeah, I ran like how many? 2? Yeah, 2 now by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran 2 in a full marathon. He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Damn, that's crazy." He was like, "You're kind of a bigger guy." Yeah. So I wouldn't think. I was like, "Yeah, I know I don't look like it, but I try."
Proving you wrong, my boy.
Yeah. So, but I went later on. I left. I was like, "How the hell does he know I run?"
Yeah.
Oh, this guy must saw my YouTube video or something like that. You know?
He's seen me before.
He's seen I'm famous now. I didn't realize the sticker on my bottle said 13.1, so he knew. And I was like, "Dang it!"
It's okay to dream, bro. It's okay to dream, bro. It's okay. But you also don't know. He could have actually seen a video or something.
Yeah. I put 2 and 2 together later. I was like, "No, he saw the sticker for sure." I'm over here pumping up my own head. Yeah, how'd you know? You want an autograph or what's going on?
You want an autograph?
So that's recording.
Do you run? That's usually what I do. If they bring something up, you run? Because I want to know too. There was a guy in the neighborhood running. A guy in the neighborhood running last week, and I was coming around. I was probably like mile 4 or something. I was running 6 that day, and then no, it's not even. It was early on in the run, and then he was coming out of the park, and then I was coming up like the hill. And I was taking a turn, and we look at each other, wave and everything, you know, normally like runners do. And we waved at each other, and while I was running, I realized that, like, he's behind me. So he wasn't too far behind me, and I'm like, is he trying to like catch up and talk, or is he actually running this way or what? But no, I was like, then I'm wondering, like, should I slow down and, you know, back off, try to talk to him and see what's up? Because, bro, he had like a fucking bag on, or like one of them like ultra marathon, like,
oh yeah, those chest, with the
like the whole thing,
hydration pack.
But I mean, yeah, and I was like, dude, I wonder how fucking far he's running. He's in the neighborhood. Like, if you're going on a long run, you're not gonna be in the neighborhood to do that. I mean, I would think at least.
Yeah, I mean, I carry a hydration pack, you know.
I mean, but he wasn't a fucking bigger guy either, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't end up seeing him later. But
he was just trying to tell you that he was 67 years old. So
probably, like the other.
Or was it fist? Oh,
no, we're good. Yeah, but now I just think back at like it's like I feel bad. Like, damn, I wonder if he was trying to talk and
trying to catch up to
just
you.
Something to do during his long run. You know, just talk to somebody.
Up monotony.
Yeah.
What's a big word?
I don't even know how to spell that. But yo, episode 48.
Is it 48? You confirm that?
It's 48.
Okay,
I just double checked. Yeah,
help, but...
and make sure. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Nesian Build Podcast. This is the podcast for Pacific Islanders, where we tell you about our stories and our lessons of our journey to help you on yours. Baldy Boys are back for another one. Episode 48 for real. Yeah, just a couple years in, man. It's crazy. I mean, we should have more, but
I was gonna say I thought we were about 50 by now.
Yeah, we need to hurry up and get to that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we'll make it happen now. Now that you're a little more settled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not totally blaming you. I'm just saying.
There has been a little bit of
some
chaos.
Changes,
Not chaos, but yeah, like changes in lifestyle, and, you know, had a baby, got another job. Yeah, just things changing. But it's just navigating, still making shit happen, even though other things are changing outside of it. And, you know, I'm not the kind like where I feel like when something like, you know, the job change, because even I'm working on a shift that, you know, it doesn't really help with the stuff that I try to do. But it's making it a little tougher, but it's all about trying to navigate. It's all about still trying to make it happen. It's all about, can I do this even though it's tougher now? And we're still making it happen. Still, you know, sleep might not be the best, you know, like it wasn't even like it was that great before, but
would you say you had the same amount of sleep as when we first started in that shift that we had?
You know, it's weird, because before I used to sleep like it was, I didn't like the way I slept before. I think it was
in that early morning shift.
Yeah, it was because I would sleep. Remember how we used to go to the gym at 11:30 when we got off, and then I would go take a nap after that, like hour, 2-hour nap, and then get like another nap basically before work. So it was like split. It's like a split of like a 6-hour like total sleep, 6 hours of total sleep at that time. But did you? How were you?
I was getting like 3-4 hours of sleep on that shift a day.
You were just sleeping at night? Or before the shift?
Well, if we had stuff to do, I wasn't sleeping. But if I got home and there was nothing to do, I was doing the same thing, power napping. Yeah,
I actually sleep better on this one because luckily the wife is like really hooking me up with that, letting me, you know, once I get home,
catch up.
Yeah, I can sleep through, and then I just stay awake all the way until I go to the next shift. But
that's nice because I feel like you have a longer day.
Yeah,
or you still have a good day.
Still have a decent amount of hours with the family and stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing is like it does mess up like how I used to train, like how I used to always train in the morning. I wake up early, go train in the morning, get it knocked out before the rest of the day. Now, not so much. Can't do that too much because of just by the time I wake up, the kids and everything's going on, all the stuff's going on in the house. So I get up, help out, help settle things down a little bit. And it is kind of warmer by the time I'm up in the afternoon. So I'm either lifting, I try to get a lift in, but usually I'm not running that early, trying to go out for a run too early.
You think you'd be on that schedule for a while?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna it works out for the stuff that's more important. Like I can come here and do this stuff, and me being able to still, be with the family and spend time with the family during the week and do all that stuff. But because that's the more important stuff. The training, I just got to fit in and figure that out, which I usually do. So that's just, it's just part of it. So that shit is, I love doing it, and I love, challenging myself and getting better, but that's still secondary to the other stuff that we have to do. So today was just want to jump on,
catch up,
catch up, update some people, because that's basically what we're doing, is just kind of sharing the stuff that's been going on in the last couple of weeks. I guess since the last pod, I think the last pod was about Tacoma, the Tacoma marathon,
the marathon,
right?
And the 5K, 10K.
I mean, since then we knocked out another race. We had our first group workout with the MB Run Club, MB Fit, all that stuff. So we had our first one this past weekend. Father's Day weekend passed. And
it was good.
Also, I mean, there's Chamorro Day last weekend as well.
Oh yeah,
and that was on Saturday. And then
I missed that one.
You missed it? Oh yeah. Saw your family there, but you weren't there. But we did very interesting race. Rainier to Ruston, 51-mile relay race. Mark just dropped this solid ass video on it.
The video if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, go check that out.
The link in the description.
Really, really dope edit. He put it together, and like we always say, we just want to tell the story and share what happened that day for us. Some really cool parts, and as much information about it as we could without making it a 4-hour documentary. So it was, I mean, he put it together really well. Obviously keeps getting better at putting these stories together for us and sharing what we're all about. So 51-mile relay race. Me, Pao, Ching, and Mark was there.
Cameraman and crewman.
I did want to say on here for real, bro, thank you, bro, because for real, that just you being there and doing that if you weren't documenting it, but you were just fucking helping us navigate and get from spot to spot, because we have to worry about the fueling and changing and all that other stuff too. So that was pretty cool. And then I'm glad that you were able to witness it too, just to see, because we've been doing all this stuff for years now, and so for you to actually be there,
I enjoy the cruise. As long as I don't have to run it. 51 miles, I'm good. But it was dope. I watch ultra marathon videos and stuff like that, so I always wondered what that was like.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to be a part of something It's not as big as like the 100 mile or 200 milers, but to get a glimpse of what that is like, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
But it was fun at the same time.
Yeah. It did feel like that. Just because,
man, it was faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got chairs. We can sit out. Nope. Maybe we had an e-bike. I could chase you guys down. Nope. Nothing.
Yeah, that wasn't happening. Like,
it was quick.
We loaded up the truck in the morning.
Yep.
Chairs, all kinds of stuff, just in case. We thought we'd have some time to like sit and chill, and wait for one of the whoever's running to kind of come through. Nah, it didn't work like that. It was more like once that person got out and hit the pavement, we had to get out of there. Yep. We had to go get to the next spot.
The whole. Yeah. Every leg. Yeah. Battle parking, traffic.
Yeah, because you're just imagine everybody from that one, from the wave basically is
moving all at the same time.
Yeah. So you're all going the same route, the same way. So traffic lights, intersections, all that stuff coming up on that. We're just coming up and it's just lines and lines, and then there's no parking spots and stuff like that. And it's a really good amount of people. So it was kind of like quick pace, way quicker than we thought, and it was just get there, next person be at the line and go. And the tough part too was we had an estimate of when each of us we're gonna come in, but we really didn't have any way of tracking the other person, because like even if we had our cell phones on,
some areas are kind of dodgy with signals.
Exactly. So it was like still hard to figure out like how far are they, stuff like that. But still, we were on. There's only one that we actually like missed. That was when we were at Foothills Trail.
The bathroom exchange.
Yeah, the bathroom exchange.
You've seen the video.
That was the only one where we weren't prepared for when the exchange was going to happen. But I mean, we were there ahead of time, but we just thought we had a little more time, But still worked out. Power just came in a little quicker than we thought. Ching didn't get to use the bathroom, and
I might roll that in the scene.
You can definitely feel that there's like moving parts all around, so it's fun for sure.
It was funny. She laughs at it every time she watched it. But so she had to basically run to the finish line, and Power basically ran to that exchange with her, and then they exchanged and she went on. I think she had that was like a 4-point-something mile.
Was the exchange in the little parking lot there? Up at Farmtail where we parked the very first run club? It was in that little section, right? Or was it past that?
Because it's that path. You take that pathway that's in there, and it goes
to that little
goes
loop.
through there. So that happened. Cool race just because different length of legs we had to run.
Yep.
Right, and it mixed things up, like how fast you could run, and then plus with downhills, not a lot of. Well, I was gonna say not a lot of hills, but I definitely had a shitload of hills. No fucking joke. But
that's why I get the extra medal.
That's 6. Yeah, well, the 6 I had, my last leg was 6.5 miles, something like that, and massive hills. Like I had to take a massive hill in downtown Tacoma, and I thought I was through it like
was
early.
Was that the
on.
sand leg? Same?
No, it was different. This was after the sand leg.
Dang, yeah.
So I'm not sure like how Pao and Ching's their paths looks and like their routes look. For the most part, like I kind of understood Pao's because he was on Foothills Trail quite a bit on his legs, and I've seen that whole thing, training on there and all that. But other than that, like the legs that I ran, I've never ran before. I don't think. I've never ran in those places before. So
because you thought you were going to be on the foothills at that one point, but you went right behind it. Some freaking gravel road.
Exactly, and that's why like it's funny, bro. Because like I never looked like how I am about like courses and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna deal with it when I get there. You know what I mean? Like I just got to know how far it is, and that's basically what I did with this one.
Just tell me the distance.
And this one I just kind of went into it and I said, all right, this is how far I got to run. Well, I assume it's right here, and
it's not like distances you've never done before. It's all distances you do as a training.
And the only thing I'm really worried about is like okay, how massive are the hills in this distance? And that's it. What do I have to prepare for that? But like this one, like my second leg was gravel along the golf course. And that's the leg we were talking about, where I thought I was going to come out on Foothills Trail and just be a flat path all the way through. No, I was on gravel the whole like basically for like 3 miles, and that changes it up a little bit. You know, it's not a big deal at all. It's just, you know, traction, foot traction, just stuff like that. And it was pretty damn hot that day in that area. It went along a golf course, so I just felt the heat. I felt like the whole time, and it was like it was beaming on me. I felt like I was just burning. But you know, knocked that one out, and then the hardest leg, which they call it, I didn't even know about. Like I just thought it would suck, but I didn't think
because you guys kind of heard people buzzing about it. The sand.
Yeah, I heard about the sand thing, but I thought it was just going to be, okay, there's a portion in there that's sand, and then you just get out of it. Yeah. No, the whole thing was sand. Like it was like 4 miles of sand.
Along the river,
Along the river. Yep. So like that part did suck, and it was like, but it was cool, man, because that's the reason why, like I didn't train specifically for this race, right? Like I just was always training, and I was always running and lifting and stuff. So it's like, stay ready. You don't got to get ready. So that was like, and it's cool to have that be able to have that mindset walking into this race, because I didn't even know what to expect, and I was able to show up. And even though it sucked, it might have, you know, it wasn't like one of those things where like, damn, like that was really, really hard. Yeah, it was hard, but that's what we fucking do, you know? This is what we train for. Like, so that this shit is not as hard for us as it is for other people that don't put in the work daily and consistently. So like that sand leg was crazy. It was like really soft in a lot of places. Then it gets real, like there's a lot of branches and stuff that are like kind of sticking out. So you really have to watch your footing. And you know, I don't run on trails. Like I'm always on pavement. So I don't really have to look out for that. So it keeps you aware, like while you're running the whole time. And then just digging in, and you have to constantly like avoid stuff, and passing people too. Just trying to pass people in that area was kind of difficult, just because you have a very small.
I was gonna say it's kind of tight, isn't it? The trail, at least the trail part. Yeah,
the parts that you could actually like run on and be all right. And you know, you got to worry about spraining an ankle because it's so uneven. That terrain's so uneven. And then it's like I got super like excited when I finally got out of it, right? But you got to take a small little like steep hill to get out of it. And then
to come up on the road.
Yeah, to come up on the road. And once you come out of that, there's another hill that you got to go over, like a little overpass or whatever. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, it's like, once you think you're done with something kind of shitty, the next thing comes. And it's just like, fuck it, bro. Like, this is what we signed up for. Like, you know, that's what I like about it. It's like during that whole thing, it's like, it's all a test. Like that every time, man. It always just feels like a test. And it's like, it's everything you've done prepared you for something like this. And I always feel like that when I'm in there and it's hot and I'm like, you know, or I'm feeling tired. Like the one thing I can't say is like, at no time did I feel like my legs were like, you know, filled with lactate. Like lactate. But right, that's the word. Yeah. Okay, I was like thinking this
lactic acid.
Lactic. There we go. I said lactate is milk, isn't it?
Listen, we might have to cut that part out, so we both don't look dumb. I know what you're trying to say.
It's so lactic acid. Lactic acid. That's what it didn't feel like it was full of lactic acid. Like I was able to push, you know, not crazy paces. Like I wasn't, because I still like it's one of those things. Like you can push hard, but it is hot, and then I don't know what the other. Like I said, I didn't look at the other the legs, so I don't know what that looks like. And I know I have a 6.5 mile leg at the end. I wanted to go faster than normal, but I don't want to go, you know, to where I'm really like spent or burnt in places where I need the energy, right? So it was cool that, you know, my body felt like it held up pretty well throughout, even with the heat and everything. But I've definitely felt the soreness the next day.
Like, knowing what you know now, if you had to do it again, would you go harder then in each leg, or give a little more?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It was because it really was kind of knowing that because I had that 6.5 mile leg, and you know, also reading the descriptions that they put on there, they're like saying like, you know, make sure you put a strong runner in this area. That's all I've like saw. Saw, and then I was like, okay, I just knew I wanted to be in the hard parts. Like I wanted to do the hard stuff. Not saying that anybody else couldn't do it. I'm just saying that I wanted to. I wanted to go through that. And when like the 6.5 mile one, when they said there's like, oh, okay, there's a big hill. I didn't know how big it was until I got there, and I was like, God damn, you know, shit, it was crazy, but it was And then I remember because once I left you guys, I was like, once I got to that hill, I was like, okay, they're far enough. Like, I'm far enough now to where if you guys were driving to the next point, you could pass me. So I was telling myself, you better not fucking go too damn slow or walk on this hill. I wanted to walk many times, just going. That hill was long, bro, and I don't know how long it was, but it felt like maybe like half a mile, maybe.
What leg was
going
this?
up? Like 11.
Oh,
so it was like,
oh yeah, that's your last one.
My last one,
right.
And it was in the beginning. It was like after the first mile. It's mile 2, going on mile 2 of that leg. It's this massive long hill.
Yeah,
and it's like really straight.
Oh yeah, that's the one where Ching hand off to you.
Mm-hmm. Then I had to
go up.
Yeah, you're already going up.
Oh yeah,
and then you go up another little one, and then because I thought, okay, that was probably it. And nah, I saw people take a left turn, and I was like, oh, there it is.
Son of a bitch.
So it hit that going up really slow, like really slow. Like it barely felt like I was really moving. It felt like if I walked, I probably could have gone faster. But then when I saw other people walk in, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Like I know what that does to you, like in the long run. So I was like, I'm not doing that. It's like just kept moving my feet, even though if it felt slow, just kept moving my feet like I was running, going up. And then after that mile, I felt pretty good about it because as slow as I thought I was going, I think when my watch like alarmed me for mile 2 was done, I think it was a 9:30 pace or something. So I was like, it was like around there. So I was like, I didn't even go that slow, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I just picked it up afterwards. I don't know. And beforehand, maybe I was going a little faster, but it was just like watching my heart rate and stuff, but then also realizing it was hot out there. So that definitely played a factor in like how my heart rate was and all that stuff. Yeah, it was a beautiful day out there.
Beautiful day.
But yeah, we went, and then Powell came through. Powell did leg 12, and he basically, I'm pretty sure he had a couple hills on his, and then he had like a massive downhill. And downhill seemed like, it's just super easy.
Coming out of like the neighborhoody areas.
Yeah,
going
and you coming down to
Ruston.
Yeah, and so it might seem like it's nothing, but like when you do it enough, and then you just know that you run long. You take a pounding on your quads, like trying to go downhill, and there's a lot of force and everything going into your legs when you're going downhill, trying to slow yourself down, or if you're trying to go faster. So it comes in, you feel it at some point,
Yeah.
But yeah, Powell had some really good legs, really quick legs. He knocked out and Ching had some really good legs too. Like all the paces that we set, I set on like for our estimated times.
Yeah,
I set for a little slower than what I thought. Just I slept for a little like on our slower grace. End. Yeah, just for that. It's not like we're not trying to. There's nobody trying to win the damn race. We're just trying to finish it and be strong about it. And not just go in there and like, okay, we're just gonna finish. No, we want to go out and push ourselves, and because we all know we can run the mileage that we put out for each other.
But you guys did do pretty good, as a team.
Yeah. I think we finished. So it was 51 miles, and we finished in, I think it was 7.5 hours, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
that was a long day.
Yeah, from the time we started.
I went home and went to sleep after that. That's how long of a day it was.
I was like wondering. I asked this guy a couple days later. I'm like, dude, what happened to you after the race? He's
Clocked out. Boy.
I went to sleep. I was like, dude, we didn't even go to sleep. What the fuck,
dude? I was exhausted. I don't know what. Just the adrenaline dump for the day because having to worry about the shoot, the parking, the driving. Making sure you guys are good. But yeah, when I got home and sat down, my eyes were red. My eyes were red before I even got home.
Yeah.
And then I just clocked out.
Oh, that sun too, man.
That dude, yeah. I was tired.
Yeah,
I didn't even run it.
It really was a cool race, man. Everybody out there is super supportive. You meet a lot of people, like that's what I really do like about the running community, because people do understand the struggles, and everybody's in different levels, but everybody supports each other. Yeah. And
even our own crew came out to support you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm gonna shout that. Like, it's kind of what I was telling Mark is like, dude, over the years, we've done all these races, man. And, it's a real big shout out to like these people and like that really show up for us and really, really do like really support you and are there by your side, because we've done all these races. I've run 5 marathons. I've done all these different, personal, events, challenges and stuff. And this was the first time anybody outside of our normal group, or like the people that are actually doing it, or like, and even before any of my own blood has come out, to support us when we do these things. Yeah, this was the first time. Like Joe, Vince, Jamie, Jojo, Eric, Lisa, these guys coming out to watch us finish a 51-mile relay race. dude, nobody's done that. Nobody's come to any of the marathons. Nobody come, and it's cool, you know. Like I'm not. There's no. I don't know nothing against it. I don't care, but I do care, and I do truly appreciate these guys coming out
that showed up.
Yeah, showing up for us and, you know, supporting us through that. Like, just because everybody says they're there for you, but you can only really believe it when they actually do show up, you know, because there'll be people that give you kudos and stuff. And I'm not saying that if you weren't there, then, you know, I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm really just giving props to these guys and
came out
and showing my, you know, my gratitude for them coming out to watch us, like, you know, finish that, because it really is cool, man. It really is cool to be able to celebrate it immediately after, you know, with people that you really like being around and being with. So, and you kind of share that same journey. You share you know, you're very like-minded and stuff. So it's nice to do that and celebrate that with, you know, those people that you do these things with. So, you know, just shout out to them for real. 'Cause like I was just telling them the other day, man, it's like, those guys are really important to me. Yeah. Like, their families, all of them, they're really important to me. They make me want to be better at everything. Just as, like I tell you guys too, all you guys always doing what you do, it makes me want to be better, because I have to be better for you, you know, and for all of you guys. And when you constantly show up for yourself, that makes me want to show up for myself. That makes me want to show up for everybody else. Yeah. So when you do stuff like that, like you show up to a race that we're finishing, that we just basically push ourselves through it. Yeah. So we're tired, we're hurting at this point, you know, and then you show up, and then it's like all that pain, all that struggle is gone now. You know, you don't even feel it, because you're with your people, you're at the finish line, all that stuff. So it's like, you just appreciate it so much more when you actually do hard things, other than, you know, the simple shit that people might say is hard, or, you know, you battle through something, which is relative, right? And hard is relative, but it's nice when you really do something hard and you can celebrate it with people you really do love and appreciate, you know? So yeah, thank you guys, and shout out to those guys for showing up at the finish line, man. Yeah. We weren't even sure if they were coming, and then we just show up, like me, you, and Ching drove up to the finish line. I walked up to the finish line waiting for Pau to come in. We saw Lisa and Eric, and like, how fucking dope is that? Like, and then she's like, yeah, Joe and those guys and Vince come in. They come up all and beat out and everything. Yeah. It's just like, dude, hell yeah, man. Like, that's what's up. You know, taking time out of their day to come and, you know, do that with us. So especially down there, how crazy and packed it was, you know. And then I saw them parking. And bro, we were driving out, and I saw them walk a mile back to their parking spot. Yeah, I was like, dude, you guys parked so damn far, dude. Yeah, like that was cool. But yeah, first time doing Rainier to Ruston. I definitely want to do it again. But this time I definitely want to bring out more teams and you know, maybe have more of the MB Run Club come out and just do it, because I think that would be freaking dope. It'd be so damn fun. That'd be amazing. I think we can set up so many teams and then just go out there, because everybody can have a leg. You know, you don't even have to a leg or two. You know, or you have to run at least two. Oh, no. I'll do the 2.7. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take all the easy legs. I need one medal. I only need one medal. That'd be fun though, man, to get a whole group or multiple groups. Yeah. So they can experience too. Yeah. Yeah, it is a fun race, man, because you just see everybody's just like fucking. Everyone was hyped. Everyone had, you know, good energy. You know, every checkpoint you see like the same group of people. Everyone's just excited. You know, it's cool. Yeah. It's definitely different from marathoning, but it is different. Yeah, it is pretty different than going to marathon races, because people are in a different like mentality there. Yeah. You know, than when it comes to something like this. But then we did get to meet somebody, another Islander out there. Yep. And shout out to Will. Yeah, shout out to Will. I think he met Mark first. I was running standing. Where was that you ran into? I forget what exchange that was. Like Crocker, I think that's what we call it. Crocker. Yeah. And I think he saw the Run Club shirt that I was wearing. Then he just came up and asked. Yeah. He's like, hey, what's that about? You know, and I just, oh shoot, yeah. He explained to him it's the Run Club and the brand and stuff like that. So he thought it was pretty cool. Super cool guy. I think he met Pal too. Yeah, me and Pal chatted with him for a little bit, and then we saw him at the other leg. Saw him in Foothills Trail, yeah. Chopped it up with you. Yeah, and then he came to the shop a couple days later. That's right, yeah. So that's cool. Badass, man. Like that's why we do it, right? That's why we do it. We just spread the brand awareness, people seeing what we're doing, letting them know. Like even him, he said it too. He's like,
Yeah.
He's ran it multiple times. He never sees Islanders out there.
Yeah.
And this is why we go out there. Because Islanders are now present. We're trying to put it out there that we can do this shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is hard, but we can do it too. Since when did Islanders back off of doing hard shit? You know what I'm saying? From our lineage, we've been warriors forever.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to stuff like this, that's a little outside the comfort zone, we just stay away from it.
Yeah.
No, fucking, we're showing what's in our blood, and this is what we do. We do hard shit, and we do shit that puts us through battles that most people don't want to do. You know, so cool to meet Will. Cool, and just for him to come through and then getting to chop it up with him, really, really cool dude for real. Yeah. So it was cool to meet him. Hopefully, it seems like every race we meet some either a new islander or a new person or whatever, but it's always good people.
I think it's like we all there's other Islanders out here. Hey, you Islander? Yeah, you Islander?
Yeah, like in Tacoma, we definitely saw more.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But
we would see Islanders in Tacoma. That's where they're down south.
Yeah. But after Rainier to Ruston, we did have. I didn't want to talk about Chamorro Day a little bit because we didn't. Chamorro Day was freaking packed. First of all, there was a lot of people over there. Yeah. It was out in Tacoma. What's it called? Star Center. And it was on a Saturday. Weather did not, early in the morning did not cooperate. Like it was not good and not good for vendors. Shout out to them for getting through that part. But we were not a vendor in this event, and I was getting messages about it if we were out there or anything. And cool event, but it was nice to just be part of one. I mean,
experience.
Yeah, just to go out there and see it and see all the vendors and see a bunch of people that I'm walking around there just Nesian built everywhere. So it was cool to see and meeting people that have supported us and. Talking just people that I've met through the brand, so it's cool to see that. Really solid event. I wish the weather would have been better for that day for everybody that was out there. But big shout out to all those people that still went out. Like Chamorro people went heavy out there, man. They still showed up. It didn't matter if it rained or what. Like everybody was still out there just doing the damn thing. Yeah. So that's nice to see that no matter what, that people will support each other. Yeah. That was really cool. I kind of I guess when people were asking about being a vendor there, would have been cool, yeah, but it's not not that I didn't want to be a part of it. It's just I think we're kind of prepping for other things, and we're the focus we talk about is on other things. And of course, we're going to do events. We're going to be at events and be out there to, share the brand and sell some gear and stuff. But I didn't think this was one of those opportunities that I wanted to say yes to, and just pass on this one and be ready, do it big for the
next one,
for the ones that we're going to be at. Yeah. So we will be at the Marianas Festival in Oregon, and still waiting on confirmation for the Labor Day tournament the week after that here in Tacoma again. So Marianas Festival is locked down. We're good on that. We're going to be in that. So we'll see everybody in Oregon. Looking forward to seeing all you guys there if you're coming. And I'm hoping that we can lock down a spot for Labor Day. We just it's not that far out there, but we're still waiting on confirmation and what's going to happen. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to be vendors, man. Yeah. That's always a crazy day. It is. But this time I'm going to be there the whole time. So we'll be all right. It's good.
I can actually go use the bathroom now.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't have to work no overtime with no breaks, bro. So, yeah. Solid. I got to meet Jess from, what do you call that? The Zori Talks. Talked to him again. No, met up with them a couple of times before too, but I know those guys are busy as hell too. Like how it is when you're vending. Like people can only give you so much energy because there's so much stuff going on, and they were busy. Like all these guys were busy. Oma was out there. True Pacific, she was selling some gear, and same thing. Like you can tell she's busy. She got stuff going on. I don't want to sit there and take up all your time. I just want you to let you know I'm here and support you. And glad to see you here and doing your thing. But yeah, I didn't want to like sit there and like take up all their time. But it was good to talk to them, good to hear from them and everything.
Yeah.
And Frank the Crank was out there right next to Zori Talks. Didn't get to talk to him. Didn't get to.
He was busy too, huh?
Bro, their line was crazy, bro. We were literally trying to go. We wanted to, support his stuff too, and go buy a knife or just say what's up, because sometimes me and him go back and forth just talking about all this stuff, and it's been a while since we spoke. But
yeah,
him and my wife are really good friends, and we wanted to say what's up, but it's just like, dude, this guy's line is crazy, bro. Like, it was crazy. And his line was consistently like long, bro. Like, it never like shortened enough to where you weren't gonna wait for at least like half an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. I mean, all the lines, even the lines for food, were ridiculous, bro. They were crazy ridiculous. And
they have a good selection of food out there.
It smelled good. Like, you walking around, it smelled good as hell. I heard the food was good, but we weren't even trying to like stand, not with the kids and everything. No, we weren't trying to do that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we just kind of we bounced out and we went to L&L.
Shout out L&L.
Yeah, Powell's son had a baseball game and we were all trying to go watch him. And was
Powell there with you guys too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was us, and then bro, it was so dope because like we're standing there, right? We're standing there. I just finished talking to Jess from Missouri Talks and talking to one of the boys over there, and we were standing kind of in the middle, and then I look over and I was like, oh, shoot. Kind of, I think Al maybe might have said something. Oh, there's the boys. And I look over and I see Joe and Vince and, Jamie and JoJo and the kids. And I'm like, bro, it's so crazy because they can stand, like they stand out, like, damn, these guys fucking look fit, bro. Like, that's, it's like, you could tell who the MVP went out.
That's dope.
So it was like, it was cool that they come through, and then everybody's just out there trying to, check everything out and stuff. So
yeah, it
was a solid day. Got to see everybody, and then support some of those businesses that we love, and they've supported us in all these years. So yeah, solid day. Wish we would have been able to try the food though, but some places were sold out of food too even by the time we got there. Like, I think they opened up at 10 or something like that.
It was busy there, like crowd wise. It was busy. Good amount of people.
Yeah, and there was no parking. Like, parking was shit.
Damn.
It was crazy because then if you go into this one parking lot, you're stuck, bro. Like, you're gonna be stuck there. Just people trying to get back out because there's no parking spots, and then you don't figure that out until you drive in there. So we got stuck. Yeah, like fucking maybe 20-30 minutes just trying to get out of there. But yeah, it's a cool day, cool event. I think this is the first year they did that, so I'm sure there's things that also for the people that put that together, they got to learn and maybe change next year. I heard from some people some things that could have been better, and they should always consider those things, because
take the feedback and learn from it.
Also got to see Sam. Sam was out there. He's the first person that we saw actually when we got out there. You remember Sam?
I was just gonna
say your ding is the other big guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sam got to see Sam out there. I rarely see some of these guys, man. So when I do see them, it's always it's a good time. It's good to see them because I see people on social media and stuff, but it's like, fuck, dude, like you don't even know if they're real anymore. So it was cool to see Sam out there. The kids, and you have like Chance, like him and Chance. Like Chance like remembers him all the time. Like. But
your boy's hilarious, man.
You see, man, you saw that video that I posted of him? Dude, that shit was so funny.
Oh my god.
It was perfect time to segue into the group workout. Chance wanted to be part of the group workout so bad that he was out there making his own accountability run videos with the iPad. We usually do it with the cell phone.
Cameraman over here.
Yeah, he had the iPad and he was running out there with recording
with
stuff.
A tablet, yo.
Dude, he was even in the back. There's a bunch of videos on the iPad, and he was just in the back just recording us, like just.
Yeah, so I had a second cameraman up there.
This guy, bro, it's funny as hell.
It's funny because he would pick and choose which one he's going to participate in.
And the flutter
I can't do that. And he just bounced.
I'm out. Yeah. And then the flutter kicks, he goes out there and lays down.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. But we had, this past weekend, we just had our first group workout. And, the MB Run Club people, same thing. They came out. And this was something, it's funny because I was explaining this to Vince. Before the Run Club thing, this was actually what I wanted to start doing. Yep. It was the group workout stuff. That was the first thing. But it's like it all happens for a reason. Like everything.
The barrier of entry for running was definitely easier.
Yeah.
To accomplish first, and then to come to straight to a workout. Yep. Then we met Vince, and then Vince. You could shout out to him for bringing all that dang equipment, dude. That was wild.
Yeah, the sled, kettlebells, bunch of stuff.
Hella kettlebells, medicine balls,
everything.
Right?
Yeah. Pretty much needs to have a mobile gym, bro.
Yeah.
A mobile gym with all that stuff.
Yep.
Because it's all you just take it out of the truck and put it out in the field or something and get a workout in. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff. But we had, good amount of people came out. Good sweat. I mean, it's like the same thing we do with like the run club stuff. I'm very big on keeping things simple, keeping it basic, keeping it scalable, keeping it so that anybody can show up and do what we're doing. Yeah. You can, and all that. The only difference in what you get out of it is the effort that you put into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the runs that we go on. We're not going on super long runs, but that's also relative for some people, right? Maybe a 3-mile run is really long for somebody, but at the same time, nobody said you couldn't walk, and it's the same thing with the group workouts. Group workouts, we have different weights out there. We do things for time instead of for weight so that, you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. But the goal is to get people moving. I'm not going to come out here and put out some difficult, movements or exercises because one, it's very hard to scale that. And very hard for people that don't have as much experience to be able to do that. And then we don't want anybody getting injured either, right? So everything that we're doing is very like light to moderate weight, and it's about moving. Yeah, very entry level, just basic. And then that's the thing about it is because we have a lot of people that are entry level, right? Then you have people that are experienced, but even the experienced people know that you can get good workouts still out of all basic of that stuff, and you shouldn't. The focus should a lot of time be on the basic stuff. So it's really easy to be able to take all of that, and this is stuff that a lot of the movements that I try to put into these things is stuff that's transferable to like your regular life, like functional stuff, right? Like what do we do most days that when we're moving, we're picking stuff up, we're putting stuff down, we're walking, you might run a little bit, you're just kind of moving weight from one place to the other. Yep. That's kind of the focus when we're doing this stuff, and just having like working a little, working some core, like stuff like that. It's not that we're not trying to create bodybuilders out here. We're just trying to create movement. That's the goal, is create movement, get your heart rate up a little bit, change your normal,
workout routine.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Like change what the baseline for what your body's used to, and pick that up a little bit so that, resting is different and, all of that. So
it looked like a lot of fun. I didn't get to participate because I was cameraman duties, but it did look like a lot of fun.
He'll be in the next one. Don't worry.
So I got you guys on the next one. Don't worry.
He said he wanted to work. He wanted to. He had his son out there for sure.
Yeah, that was my representative.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun, man. Like we did some, we got sandbags. We had the sandbags
50
ready.
50-pound sandbags, 25-pound sandbags.
Yeah. Kettlebells, slam balls. And all it was just move through it. Basically like a circuit, right?
Lunges, burpees. Jog around the building.
Yeah. Sandbag deadlifts. Some flutter kicks, push-ups, stuff like that. Yeah. Super basic. Yeah, but we try to keep it fun, like it's... Yeah,
it looked fun. And it looked like people had fun.
Yeah, it definitely looked like, it was a workout too, It's not, just... Because I don't want it to be something where it's like, all right, we came for a workout and now we're all just gonna bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, I do want you to get something out of it. Like, I do.
We ain't here to bullshit.
So get your ass on the line. No, dude.
Surprise. Like, who is this guy? He just turned to someone totally different.
What's his name? The dude that said that?
David Goggins?
What's it? David Goggins? Who's the other guy? The guy that fucking used to be really big. No, he wasn't a cop. He used to eat McDonald's all the time.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Fuck, everybody knows this guy, bro.
Was it black guy?
Black dude, yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, bro. He's the guy. Bro, he used to eat McDonald's. He said he ate McDonald's for like 20 years. Then he had a bunch of like heart problems and stuff. And after that, like he didn't fuck around no more. After that, like he started eating clean. He's like, he don't give a fuck about nothing stupid. Like, bro, like no excuses basically.
He lifts weights?
He lifts some weights.
CT Fletcher? No.
I think it is.
I command you to grow.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, CT Fletcher.
And he has like the.
Didn't steal your motherfucking set.
That's the guy, that dude. Yeah, and doesn't he have like the record for like the strongest like strict bicep curl?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if he still has it, but yeah, he back in
at some point he did. Yeah,
yeah, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, dude, he's wild. Yeah. He's wild. But yeah, we're not like that out there. It's nothing like that. We have fun. We sweat.
I know Liam had fun.
We make sure that it. Yeah,
he liked it a lot. He said he would definitely do it again.
So. Good. Yeah, because I mean that's like I always talk about with the run club stuff. It's the same thing. The kids aren't used to working out, bro. Like you can, and even with Andre too, I can tell that their bodies aren't used to it. They don't do it very much, right? Mm-hmm. The running is one thing because kids run, but when you actually have to move weight, and that's something that also like we were talking about earlier that I need to like improve myself about, like kind of like what do you call that? Showing the movements better, explaining it and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, you can tell when, because I'm thinking, I just have to get this workout out and, everybody has a good idea of what it is. But then it's like, okay, I'm thinking about doing the workout with everybody, but then I'm forgetting, all right, I should have probably showed them, what this was and how to do this and that. But, luckily we had Kimmy there, and Kimmy was, helping the family out. She's a personal trainer, and she was definitely
personally training.
Yeah, she was definitely in her zone there. So helping out and teaching everybody, especially the kids, these different movements that we're doing. As basic as they may seem, that doesn't mean that everybody knows them. So especially the kids, but it's really cool when somebody like Kimmy, who has explained it to people before and helped them out with it, can go ahead and explain that and help them out with that, because they'll probably understand it a lot better from somebody that's been doing it for a long time. Yeah. So.
Somebody certified.
Yeah, it's certified, especially, and then it's it's really cool for the kids to get used to that, because I know even for me as like coming up as a kid, like I'm glad that I got some experience, working out and stuff with my uncle and going through that, just kind of learning basic movements and stuff. So, and kind of like just how working out is and how it feels and what it should feel like. So that's good for the kids, so that when they do get older, also they know what they're doing, they know how it should feel.
Familiar with it.
Yeah, be really familiar with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, the whole thing with like, from, that was our first time doing it, right? So it's like with everything, I'm just trying to learn and I'm trying to get better. So this is the first time we put the group together. I've had, like the group workouts is basically a culmination of all the stuff that I've done, like since, growing up playing baseball, military stuff, just all the weightlifting and all this stuff that I do now. It's basically all of that put together. And I'm just taking those experiences and I combine it all and I just try and put a good workout together that I know can work for everybody that shows up. And I get, like all into that, just mixing all that stuff up, right? And like I forget certain things, and I forget that I am fully aware of what this workout is going to look like,
but not everybody else.
Yeah, and not everybody else is on the same page, and that's something that I need to work on, is making sure that I go back into it and I'm more detailed on how it's going to work. But I think even with that, like just that first time, everybody will get a better sense of what it's going to look like going forward. Because in general, it's going to be a lot of the same. Maybe movements change and stuff, but for the most part, it's a good way. With how we just did it, was everything's it's all controlled. Everybody has a good idea of where they need to be and stuff like that. So it works out so that it's more efficient and people get better results from just doing the work. So,
I'm not gonna lie. We didn't really talk about much about what kind of. Maybe you did explain a little bit of what you're planning, but like the vision, I wasn't listening. Well, like the way you guys had it laid out. Yeah. When I showed up, I was like, oh shoot, what is this gonna look like? You know what I mean? You had the was it the ladder you called it?
Yeah.
How that ladder was set up, it was pretty cool. It flowed the flow looked pretty good to me.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like one of those things that, like, that's military shit, right? It's like controlling the chaos, and then just being efficient. Like, because you can't have, like, especially when you have like 20 to 30 people out there. For the most part, you don't want to have 20 to 30 people doing
standing around
20 to 30. Yeah, standing around or doing 20 to 30 different exercises. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're just, and then that came to that same reason. It's like, then I have to go and explain each exercise before we do that. But if I only take like 4 or 5 and we just kind of, it's like groups.
Yep.
So where you're just moving to the next station and doing the next exercise, it's a lot easier when you have multiple people.
That was cool.
So it was just that, just trying to keep it simple, keep it controlled in a way, and just having everything in there to keep it, everybody moving, sweating, and fun. So.
And then the little competition thing afterwards.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. I always, competition's big. I always feel like, I did it in the Army and in baseball in college. It's almost every time we finish practice or we finish PT, not every time, but in the Army, but a lot of times we do competitions. And that's where you got to push. You push for your team because your team's cheering you on and you want to win. You might win something at the end, whatever, but you get to push yourself a little bit. And then you get to like wear out the rest of what you didn't get out in the regular workout and beforehand. So always be some competition part of it. I always feel like that's a big, good way to finish, even if you lose, it's still,
it was still cool to see people's energy in that competition too. Yeah. Everybody cheering themselves, their team on. So that was dope.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely going to be a good part that we'll keep in there. Definitely, like I said, some things that I need to fix and be better at so that everybody else can, take from that and be better too, and get the most out of these meets that we have. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one, which is probably next meet's probably gonna be a run.
I was gonna say,
yeah, we'll flip flop and we'll be doing runs and then run group workouts, and then we'll be setting up something for the summer where it's gonna be a really, like I said, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. We'll set up like a really good hard workout.
Shit.
Relative, right?
Yeah.
Hard workout, good, nice run.
Yeah.
And then family day. And I think I know a good place to do that. But we got to see if everybody else is down for it. But yeah, that's kind of the plan going forward. We'll do some cool stuff, man. Because we can only really do group workouts during the summer. Like we can't do that during the fall or winter because it's gonna be wet outside.
We don't have the warehouse yet. So.
Yeah, no warehouse yet. So no warehouse big enough for all of that yet. But if enough people start coming out, then we might be able to go and push that forward. Get us a whole ass warehouse. Workout area and all that shit. So
that was good. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh, you'll see. Tell me if it's fun when you're doing it. When you actually do it next time.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had my fun today. I did a pretty, at least for me, tough 2-mile run today. Yeah. After that, I was gassed.
Were you outside?
No, treadmill. Take it easy.
No, I'm just checking.
It was still treadmill, but I was still running pretty good. And then afterwards, I still had gas in the tank, boy. So I went straight to them kettlebells.
Oh, look at you! Oh.
Get a pump for the camera.
How long was the kettlebell workout?
I think it was only like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
that's all you.
Just a bunch of swings and presses, and just to add to it.
Yeah.
I even did that 2 a day yesterday as well. I did a little 3-mile run, and then when I got home, I did another 15-minute. Like EMOM kettlebell workout.
Oh, you're training, and your half marathon's next month, right?
Yeah. 20th.
Fuck.
Let's go around the corner.
Yeah.
But that was a net downhill, so I'm not anticipating anything crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the most part, I should be all right.
And then your quads cramp.
That's one thing I gotta get up on is the nutrition. I gotta give me some more gels, and I've been meaning to go try a piece of the course too, since I'm right there. I'm it's right in my backyard, so it should be a good time. I hear downhill, so we're good.
What time is it at?
I think it's standard time, like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, starting in Buckley.
It can be hot, boy. July.
Yeah,
it can be hot. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of that, though, I think it's cool because from how hot it was that day when we did the relay.
Yep.
I can tell now, like, 3 weeks since, how my fitness is better because of running in the heat. And that, like, dude, you can really feel it because, like, I remember just jumping in the heat and running in it, heart rate spiking.
I was gonna say, it spikes your heart rate like a mofo.
But I've been running kind of in the heat, on some days, and you can tell my body's settling into it, you know, getting more accustomed to it.
Yep.
And I like that because my heart, you can see that like my heart rate is staying down, even when I feel hot, like I can feel that it's hot, but my heart rate is staying down. And I like it because I know going into October for that marathon, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
But I've trained for like more extreme or even worse conditions. So I know my body would be more ready for that.
In a cooler condition.
Yeah. So, you know, like when the cool part about like when we do all these things and we stack all this stuff, right? And we stack doing all these hard things is that like when I'm setting this goal for October, you know, what you're trying to do when you're stacking like these days and you're stacking these wins, you're trying to build the confidence in yourself because you have so many training days that are just tough and days that you don't want to do the work, right? And that's why we always talk about keep stacking, because you have to keep stacking those days, whether you want to do it or not. Because my goal is in October. My goal is to, you know, get a PR. And if I don't stack those days and I don't build that confidence and give myself the belief that I can make that happen, then it gets hard. And then when those hard times come in that race, I sit back or I let go, or, you know, I don't make the goal. When it starts hurting, I might just say fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I always talk about how I train for those hard times in the race. Like I train for fucking mile 22 to 26. Like, cause a lot of days I don't want to go out and run. Like sometimes I might be out there like, all right, I got an 8-mile run today. I'm just going to run 3, but I never do it because I know what it's going to do to me down the road. Yeah. So it's like knowing that I'm training, or I've ran, you know, the Rainier to Ruston, or, you know, I ran in that heat. I ran in that sand. I ran up those big ass hills and I came out all right. And I came out actually better, you know, from doing that. And that's going to help me for my race, you know? So it's like going into this PR goal in October, I feel pretty good about it from where I am. Because like, dude, when I was training for my first 2 marathons, bro, for me to go out and run 7 miles in a day, like during the week, it's like, that is crazy, dog. Like, hell no, you know? But that didn't even come until week 12, 13 of training plan. Now we're just doing that off the rip for this one. So it's like when you see that steady growth, you see that, you know, your confidence is there. Yep. Not that you're not gonna have hard days or days where you're just like, why do I feel like shit? You're gonna have shitty days, especially running. You have a lot of shitty days where you don't feel good. Why do you feel slow? Why do your legs feel heavy? Why are you breathing so damn hard when you're running so much slower? Like you can have all of that. But the fact is that you need to just do it anyway. Just show up and do the work anyway. Because a day down the road, you know, a couple of days down the road, you might have one of the best runs. Like you could be tired and feel like straight shit before going out and run, be like, I don't want to go out on this run. But then if you're that motherfucker that just says, I'm going to go do it, step outside, you do that run, might turn out to be your best run in a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have those days. So it's like, you have to show up consistently to find these things out and to be able to feel those best days, feel those days and what it's like to be there when it's shitty, be there when it's good, be there when you just don't want to, you know? Yeah. So it's nice being able, like, it's like really just talking about the stacking part is where, you know, going in from what we did already this year, you know, I totally forgot that we even ran the Austin Marathon earlier this year, but, you know, that marathon, the half marathon felt good, you know, Rainier to Ruston, I felt good. So like going into this and setting this goal for 350 doesn't seem crazy to me. Yeah. It seems achievable if I keep doing the work. I know it's going to hurt still. I know shit's going to suck, but it seems so achievable that I feel like I might even be able to set it even higher. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to come this time, but I just know, and I can tell by the time I get there after this training prep, during that race, I'm going to be able to tell if I can go ahead and push harder than I initially planned. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I did push harder, and let's say it wasn't going, you know, the way I planned, I still might hit the goal that I still set out initially. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what I feel about it right now. And I feel like I've kind of built my body to be able to do that at this point. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But I just know that I'm going to do the work, you know? And through all the shit we've done, whether I fail or succeed at it, I learned something. I get better from it. The goal is not everything, but the goal is what we want, but it's not everything,
Yeah.
It's everything in between. From when I set the goal to what I do in between is what matters the most.
Yeah.
So October is coming. We got 14 weeks, 13 weeks, something like that.
I think he's 14.
14 weeks, yeah. So we're about 14 weeks out, and I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of miles to put in, and I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, I trained a lot, and I think it's really cool now because of how everything's changed, like my daily schedule and stuff like that, to where it's making it tougher for me to have to do that, to where I feel a little tired, you know, most days. So like I said, mentally, like I don't want to go out and do it a lot of times because I'm going out in the hotter times and stuff like that. But that's what's going to prep me for when those times in that race, when I'm tired and I'm just not like wanting to push any harder and I'm gassed, or, I just feel fucking like there's no way I can keep going.
Yeah.
I've done it multiple times before. So
is that what pushes you out the door?
What?
When it's those days you just don't want to freaking go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that part?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's knowing that time's gonna come, and what the fuck am I gonna do when that time comes? That's exactly what I think about. It's like when miles 22, 26 come, and they will come. How am I gonna feel? Because I don't want it to feel like that. Tacoma, the second time when I ran the sub 4, it didn't feel like that because I did the work.
Yeah.
And I want this to feel that same way. But if it does come, I still want to be mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
So that's it. I just want to have a plan, go into it, and do all the work to execute the plan. And then, go into the race the same way with the plan, knowing that I've done all this so that my body can hold up. And as long as I follow my plan, it should be good. Like,
who's going down there? You?
Oh yeah.
Joe?
Powell.
Chin gonna run this one?
No, she's not gonna run. But I think Jewel might be running the half marathon with our goddaughter. And then I think that's it. I think Vince might be. I don't know if Vince is. He might. He said that he might, but if he doesn't, then he's running Seattle.
Is he gonna run Seattle either way? Or no?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was either or. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, October. And I just checked out Portland's stuff for the first time and saw that,
the course?
Yeah, the course and stuff. It looks like a cool race. It's not a huge race. Like it's smaller than Seattle, definitely smaller than Austin, but I think it's like going to be the perfect setting, perfect time of the year too, where it's not too cold, not,
There are a lot of runners down there in Oregon.
Yeah, I know.
It's big.
Don't they say it's the running capital?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm planning for it, and I'm really looking forward to it because I never even thought I would even ever be able to run it. For some people, the goal that I just said is nothing. Like it's shit. Like they can run that any day of the week. Not for me though. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's hard. Your heart's
different than mine.
That's where your heart is different from mine for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people got it like that. I don't. I have to work for it, and I'm okay with that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some people can. There's some people that are better at something than others. That's just how fucking life works. And I just willing to work for this one. I don't know what happens after this, whether I make the goal or not. But
yeah,
we're just gonna keep going and find out.
Roll with the punches.
Yeah. But I like what's happening right now. I feel very fit when it comes to the running stuff. I feel pretty damn fit right now. Like I feel like my fitness is really good right now, even strength wise and everything like that. Everything's there's times when you just feel like it's good, and then there's times where it just feels like shit. Like I'm just like tired or whatever. Like you just don't feel that strong. But it all goes like. It's with everything. Like, you eating right? Are you eating right? Are you sleeping right? Are you hydrating? Man, there's a
lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
Just listening to other runner podcasts and stuff like that. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff that goes in.
Yeah.
With running, there's way more behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. It's more than just the run itself.
Getting your shoes on to go run, fueling beforehand, not just during.
The day before, like
days before. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's all of it.
Hydration, fueling, all that craziness, man.
Yeah. So looking forward to the goal. Hopefully, we achieve that one, because it's been years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, if you really think about it, it's been years of, running and even lifting. It all plays its part in it. And, even the sub 4 was a big deal to me. it doesn't have to be to anybody else. It was to me because I didn't ever fucking think I could do that. Because that's a long way to fucking go. I don't know if you guys realize 26 miles is a long time. It's a long distance.
That's a long time.
But just to, you know, be able to go from just being able to finish one to now, you know, I want to run. For time. Yeah, for time. Like, I also, you know, there's still so many things I need to learn about this whole thing, man. And there's still probably levels that I could go to that I just don't know about. That, you know, maybe there's certain things that I'm not doing that I don't know about that could push me way further than you know I ever thought I could, but I wouldn't know that if I quit. You know what I'm saying? So I have to just keep going and then see. You know, I might meet somebody that's willing to show up every day to see me and help me train. I was gonna say
that too. That's another level too. Like people hire coaches to get them, you know, goal wise where they want to be. Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing because you're getting your programs just kind of offline and based off your previous experience with your marathoning. But there's people got coaches out there in the truck on a bike, you know, in constant contact. You know, what does your mileage look like today? What are we doing? Yeah. And I'm not speaking from experience. I watch a lot of videos. Yeah, I know, but that's you know, true. So there's definitely levels to it.
Yeah, and that's the truth because it's like I totally understand that having somebody that's more experienced and that can mentor you to certain things, you know, but. You know, like this is my goal right here, and I feel like it's achievable for me I can make that happen on my own. Higher levels, I definitely, anything more, I feel like I would have to, you know, I definitely would want to be around faster runners and coaches and stuff like that, or a coach. But understanding the concepts from over the years, just understand the concepts of what's going to get me there. And it's been, you know, because of all the years of doing it, I'm able to up my volume and not get injured, you know, like and run more miles, not be injured. And I know how to run those miles. That's the thing. Like you have volume, but you know how to run them so that you're not getting injured, you know, and then having, you know, incorporating way more like speed work and, you know, but doing that also in a building kind of phase so that you're not going out and doing too much hard miles or, you know, speed work to where that can come and bite you in the ass. Cause that basically got me a couple weeks ago. Well, I did a sprint work and pretty sure that's what caused me to pull my hamstring and sat me out for a week. And you know, that's the good part about it. It's like you start to learn like, okay, it hurts. It's not messed up completely. Just give it some rest. Give it a couple of days. And I'm okay with taking rest days now. Like I'm not, before I was really big on fucking, you do something every day. You know, you work around it, right? You do other things that you can do, but you're not going to go gung ho because nobody's paying me to do this shit. You know, I got a whole lot of other things going on outside. This is just, all this stuff is just a part of helping me build myself. And that's part of it. It's understanding your body, understanding how, you know, if I go out and I go do too much when I'm, you know, there's something going on, now I'm going to put myself out longer. Then I can't train. Then it really goes and messes with my head even because I'm not training how I want to. And I don't want to do that stuff, right? Yeah. So I just try to be smart about it. We're not fucking David Goggins, bro. Those guys are rich and they do this shit and they get paid and all this stuff. Not here, all right? Yeah. We just want to be fit. Run, lift, and fucking chow. That's what we want to do. Facts. You know? So, yeah, it's a journey, man. Just going through all of it, learning all of it. And, you know, it's nice because you just get to keep upping your standards, you know? You get to keep upping your standards. The further you get into it, it's like you learn how to balance everything out more and more. Things do
definitely a balancing act.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that it doesn't get imbalanced at times, right? And it's not that it still is imbalanced, but it still works. You know what I'm saying? You still, and that's what I always talk about. Like when you're trying to be good at everything, or you're trying to balance everything out, you learn what's important and what's not. So you start booting out the shit that doesn't matter, the shit that doesn't help you, right? Yeah. So all this stuff, like on all the time you spend doing on shit that doesn't help you grow, or you know. People invite you to this and that. It's like, what the hell is that going to do for, you know, what we're trying to achieve here, you know? So why do I need to go do all that, you know? And then half the time it doesn't fucking matter anyway. Like nobody even realizes you're not there. You know, nobody cares, bro. Like nobody really fucking cares about you that much that they're going to be, you know, worried that that you didn't show up to something.
You'd be sitting there the whole time talking about you not being there. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. They don't care. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't even realize you're not there. So... It's just all part of like, you know, balancing what's really important to you. And I've realized really what's most important to me, and fucking training my family, running this business, and helping people grow. That's what's important to me.
Yeah.
It's
definitely changed the path. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a totally different path of what you could have been. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like, it's kind of opened up a new avenue in life. You know, it's because we know what the norm is. We've seen it all our lives growing up. But doing shit like this, it's like, there's a different way. There's an alternate path to get where you want to be, to better yourself down the road and stuff like that. So that's what this has done for me. You know what I mean? That's why I was texting you for Father's Day, like how you've done that for me. It's like, man, I look back on videos from the past of, you know, when we just had a family. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, that's a different me. You know, I mean, I'm not perfect now. I'm not fully there yet, but like, I feel like for me now, I'm actually pointed in the direction where I know I should be going. You know what I mean? So from the outside looking in, watching you guys do all this hard shit, it's like, man, it looks great over here on this side than what it could be on this side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you say it like that, like watching you guys do all this hard shit, bro. The shit that you're doing is hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? People aren't doing this shit. That's why.
But I am definitely in the wake of you guys. You know, because I started just watching you. You're 20-mile.
Oh yeah.
You know, 10-mile run, 10-mile ruck. That's kind of for me where it started. You know, it's like, you know, and then it took like a year or two, and then I did my 5K. So I'm just following in the wake. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
But that's the thing that we bring up quite a bit, right? It's like, it's not going to be for everybody, and we get that. We, like I said, don't give a fuck either. You do whatever you want. But at the same time, we're getting results and seeing things in our lives that we probably would have never seen. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different light, different look.
Really, and it's nice to know that, you know, like, I don't have problems in my life that I used to have because I've gotten rid of all those fucking things that used to give me those issues, you know? When
you were saying that, I could definitely see,
you know what I'm saying?
You know, even in my own life, other things that just kind of waste my energy. I don't need to be there, you know?
Or it's like and then focusing on things that don't matter or cause those things, like
cause more drama.
Yeah. It's like, I don't sit around fucking drinking, talking about people. Like, I don't worry about none of that shit. I don't worry about what other people think about me either. Like, if somebody came to me and told me, oh, this person said something, I don't care. Like, bro, it doesn't matter to me. I'm fucking going this way. Why? Don't pull me back. Like, whatever you're saying is nothing but, if I put action towards what you're saying, it does nothing but pull me back. And we're not going that way. We're only going forward. Maybe we might have to stall sometimes. You know, something might go and we might have to turn our attention, but we're only trying to go forward. You know, the focus is straight ahead of us. And
forward progress.
It's not like one of those things where we're just content with like how things are. It's like, after everything we've done and understanding how incrementally, very in small, you know, in a small capacity, we can keep getting better. Like, over a long time, that can turn into a lot. You know, and it's not, I'm not talking about a financial way, or like I'm gonna fucking be a fucking Boston Marathon qualifier, or be able to fucking bench press fucking 700 pounds. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in life, when it comes down to it, when I'm doing this shit because it makes me fucking happy. It really does make me happy doing this stuff and challenging myself. So when it comes to that, and I'm constantly trying to be better, it always makes me think about, is this what you're like? Every time something comes up, or every decision I have to make, is this what you want your future self to look like? This is the decision you're making. Is this decision that you're making right now is going to affect who you're going to turn out to be 15, 20 years from now, even 5 years from now, right? So like, if, you know, with the kind of father I want to be, with the kind of husband I want to be, with the kind of business owner I want to be, kind of, you know, what kind of physical shape do I want to be in? Do I want to be in the hospital, like, you know, sitting in a damn hospital bed? No, you know, all those things. It's like, everything that I do now is going to affect that. So it's just that knowing, because before I didn't see that. I didn't even realize that stuff. I just thought, you know, you think of who you are, and it's like, you just say, this is who I am, and you just keep going through life like that. And you're not thinking that you can change your identity to become somebody better. So you just keep going like, this is what I do, this is who I am, this is who my family was, so I'm just going to keep doing that. The fuck? You know? There's something called evolving, you know? There's something like that. Did
you post something about that today? You know, something about, it's always been in my family until they met me. What was that?
Yeah.
What was it saying? Do you remember?
It was that. It ran It ran in my family
Yeah.
until it ran into me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's basically like, it's
yeah.
the truth. Like, it's like, I just went home. I saw the same stuff that I saw growing up, bro.
Yeah.
I saw the same stuff I saw growing up, and nothing against, you know, anyone back home or family or anything. It's just, I saw the stuff and I don't want the same stuff in my life. I just don't want the same stuff, you know, and some people are okay with that. Fine. Like, you're looking for happiness in your life. That's what makes you happy. And there it is. But there's stuff that happens, you know, that doesn't make me happy, you know, especially when it comes to health, and then what I'm able to provide my family, and who I want to be for my family, what I want for my kids, especially in the future. I have to produce different results. I have to do something different. I can't do the same thing and hope and then expect something comes different for them. Yeah, you know. So it starts by me, and it's the same thing with you. It starts with you. You're the leader of your family. You're the man in the house. You're not. You have to be the difference. You have to be the mind changer. You know what I'm saying? And not even just a mind changer, just like the person that exposes them to this, and where they accept it and they understand, like, it's okay to be a little different. It's okay not to follow the crowd and all that shit. Yeah. And the deeper I get into it, and everywhere I go, like even at the new gig, like I talk to people with this very, crowd mentality, and I'm not saying that they're not smarter. I'm not fucking, a lot of them are smarter than me, but I'm just not somebody that goes to please the crowd or be like them or think the same way. It's more like when I know there's a crowd thinking one way, I just want to at least think about what the other options are. Yeah. What, what else? You don't want to
just accept it.
Like, what else are you thinking? What else is out there that, you're just kind of totally disregarding and could possibly be another option, Yeah. And like I said, it's very easy to make those distinctions for me now, because it's just, does it make me better? Does it help my people around me get better, or does it not? If it doesn't, then we don't go that route, Yeah. And that's like the value base, like we're looking at, the same thing with our foundation. And then does it make us better or does it not? Yeah.
Made me a little better.
Made me better, but yeah. But yeah, man, that's I think that's it. I don't want to rant too long, because once you get me going on that shit, I'm just ain't gonna go
an
off.
hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. But
it's been a fun couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, if you haven't yet, check out the Run Club stuff. If you haven't, come join us sometime. If you have the time, we'd love to have, more people come out and, get to meet the group. And we have really solid people, man. We have a really good group of people, and everybody supports each other. We all just want to see each other grow. That's the whole reason why we do any of this stuff. And
super supportive group. Yeah,
it's really, really cool to see. Bring the kids, and meet everybody. And yeah, appreciate you guys for, joining us on another episode. Help us out, share the episode if, somebody that needs to hear it or wants to know a little bit more about us or about the brand, about what we do around here. Like we always say, man, we're trying to do things bigger than being just a clothing brand. We're trying to make impact. We're trying to make positive impact on our people. And I always think that it starts with our health, and it starts with, us physically, and that leads to us being better, being better mentally too, so we always kind of start there, and then we just go up, and we go up together. Yeah. Check out our website, get you some MB gear, baby. Come on.
Yes, sir.
You know the deal. Go out, be your best. Always do that shit. Style. Let's go.